Hi, smart sleepers. Happy Sleep Tip Tuesday. I'm talking about what I think is a fun subject, and that is cannabis or marijuana and sleep, of course. So, I will be honest, I have smoked plenty of pot in my life. Not very much anymore. And there's a reason for that because I am now learning all the ways that it affects the body, and it's not always in a good way. Now, many people I talk to who have struggled to sleep for a long time have tried cannabis, even people who would never have thought about using it recreationally, but now that it's legal in some places and known as medicinal, I think people are more willing to try it. But a lot of people who aren't used to it don't like how it makes them feel at all. So, yeah. And so I just want to tell you what it does to your body and why I don't actually recommend using it for sleep or even recreationally anymore at this point, unfortunately. So, like anything you ingest or smoke or put into your body in any way, cannabis is going to change how your body functions. So it especially affects the hormones in the pituitary, thyroid, and adrenal glands, and it affects the reproductive system. And all of these things in a really negative way, unfortunately. So I'll start with talking about cortisol. And this is the primary hormone that sabotages our sleep. So if your body is releasing cortisol at night when you want to sleep, you're not going to be able to sleep. It suppresses melatonin and wakes you up. Now, it turns out that the THC that's in marijuana increases the cortisol circulating in your body. Now, if you don't use it often, this increased cortisol can cause increases in blood pressure and anxiety. So it's why some people, the first time they say they smoke it, they don't like how it makes them feel. But if you use it long term, that constant cortisol increase, it also minimizes this morning spike of cortisol we're supposed to have that helps us wake up and feel alert. So when this happens, you feel that grogginess and sleepiness in the morning. It's what I always call the weed hangover. And the increase in cortisol after using marijuana can also affect a woman's libido and her menstrual cycle. Now, THC also affects the thyroid. It lowers TSH, which is the thyroid stimulating hormone that is secreted from the pituitary gland. And so the more you consume or smoke, the more it's going to lower that hormone. And then when your body doesn't have enough thyroid stimulating hormone, it can't make the active forms of T4 and T3, which is what your body needs to go to all the cells in the body to help maintain your metabolism, your heart and digestive function, brain development, and bone health. So many things. And then also when your thyroid isn't working properly, then that's when you get the symptoms of hypothyroidism, like fatigue and weight gain, cold intolerance, feeling cold all the time, depression, decreased libido, and abnormal menstrual cycles. Oh, yeah, and sleep issues too. That's what hypothyroidism can cause. And it's interesting that I have had a lot of these symptoms, and I've known for a long time that my thyroid isn't, operating optimally, but a doctor says it's fine, everything's fine. But I have times I'm tired, I have not been able to lose weight, and I'm cold a lot. So these are all things that I'm addressing. But it's kind of upsetting to know that marijuana has contributed to that over the years, and it's totally affected my health. Now, cannabis can also make us less fertile. We've probably heard about how THC can decrease sperm count, but it also lowers testosterone in men and women, which gives us energy, reduces sperm motility, how they can move, and inhibits a whole process that the sperm need to fertilize eggs. And for women, that THC affects ovulation and can lead to an irregular cycle. So if you're trying to get pregnant, then I definitely recommend staying away from cannabis. So this is the thing. If you can't sleep, your body is already out of whack, right? Like things are already out of balance. It's a sure sign that things are crazy in your body. THC is only going to throw things more out of whack and lead to more symptoms down the road. So that is why I cannot recommend using cannabis for sleep. Even though some people do find relief from it, I think that in the long term, it's only going to hurt. And there's research too showing that it decreases the amount of time we spend in REM sleep. And I think that anything that interferes with our sleep cycles and how much time we spend in what stage of sleep is abnormal and not what we're looking for. There's a reason that our bodies spend a certain amount of time in deep sleep and a certain amount of time in REM sleep, because different functions happen during those stages. So we don't want to do anything to mess with that. We want to keep our body in balance as much as possible and not keep contributing to that imbalance. So let me know if you have any questions about marijuana for sleep or about your sleep in general. I love to chat. Feel free to message me and enjoy the rest of your day.